everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm excited to be joined today by my friend and now business partner, Mr. Michael Vincent. How are you doing, Michael?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Andy. We met several years ago, and this has been a long time in the making, my friend.
It
I'm really excited
has.
about this. I really am, because I think our philosophies on life and business and the mix between the two, which is incredibly important, are aligned, and our missions in life and what we want to leave on this planet. So I think I'm really excited about this happening. But I'm having a great day, man. I'm having a great day.
Awesome. I'm super excited about it too. I totally agree with that. I've been able to podcast with you a few times in the last couple of years, and it's been a lot of fun. So we are going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff that's going to save companies money and help the environment. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, which is tremendous stuff, because I talk about people about sustainability and recycling and so on and so forth, and there's a lot of people out there that think that once you introduce sustainability and an actual real sustainable game plan in your company, that profitability has to suffer. There's a lot of people that are under that impression.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the things that have been done have cost them more money, right? Sure. But there are things you and I know about that can make them more money. So that's the fun and exciting part of this whole thing. And on that front, I want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, Cyberfuels. If you're interested in reducing the amount of money you spend on fuel by 26 to 95 cents per gallon of fuel, who doesn't want to save some money on fuel, right? Please be sure and click on the special page below. That is Michael's Sustainiacs page. We're working together and make some more money, make some more profit. Why not? Right?
Yeah. When you click on that, right, you go in there and you get a demo, and you can run a test, right? I mean, you don't just go in there and start buying the product with no proof or anything like that. There's documentation. You actually test it on your own fleets and vehicles, right? Can I put this in my Tacoma? Can I use this on my Tacoma?
You can. Absolutely. There is gasoline, diesel, and maritime fuel available. So yes, you can. So what do you have, gasoline or diesel?
If it moves with gasoline or some type of fuel like that, then we're good, right? You can use it.
That's right. That's right. We are good to go. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So, today we're going to be talking about Chinese spy balloons and effects on the U.S. supply chain. So people are probably going to be like scratching their head. What?
Does the Chinese spy balloons, is that one of the documented cases of fuel savings for cyber fuels, or?
Not yet. That is not a measured project by cyber fuels. But it's been in the news a bunch.
Yes.
And I've got an article I'm going to quote here, as I'm sure you guys have all heard in the news. And according to the U.S. Department of Defense, pretty well-known source, an F-22 safely recently shot down a Chinese spy balloon off the South Carolina coast. And since then, National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said there is a significant amount of recovered material, including the payload structure, as well as some of the electronics and the optics, and all that's now at the FBI laboratory in Quantico. Very interesting development.
Yes, it is. You think it's true?
I don't know, actually. I just don't know what to believe anymore.
Whenever I hear of an official statement from the government, especially military arms of the government, I tend to think BS.
Well, we've been subverted and given false information for so many years on various things.
I've seen every single X-File episode, brother.
Okay.
I know what's out there.
Right. We could have a show about that and UFOs. There's been a lot of recent news about UFOs, and yeah, they're real.
Well, if you can't identify it, it's real. I mean, right.
It's unidentified. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know what it is, that's a UFO. I mean, technically, it doesn't have to be extraterrestrial for it to be.
That's right. Exactly. Doesn't have to be extraterrestrial. That's exactly right. So I'm going to ask you a hypothetical question, Michael.
All right, lay it on me.
If I sent a spy balloon across your property to collect images and perhaps backdoor some data, troll around, would it make you more or less comfortable doing business together?
It depends on how you reacted to the information that you gathered.
Right, right. Well, I'll just tell you, it would probably make me a little tense if you said you're going to do that to my data network where all of my files are located and everything else.
Well, yeah, no, you know, I mean, in the true sense of that question, then, you know, obviously it absolutely would, right?
Right.
But you know, you and I, if you personally did that to me, I think it would be fun to screw around with you for a couple months and see what you thought about what you did find out, and whether you thought it was
Exactly.
real or not. Right? If I knew you were doing it, you'd find all kinds of interesting stuff that you never knew existed on this planet, probably. But yeah, no, obviously tensions are. Come on, man, that's not cool, right?
Right, right. No, I
I
can't
mean,
imagine that helps
it
U.S.-China
couldn't
trade
help.
relations.
Here's the thing that first came to my mind though was it, would you a spy balloon for real that you can't control in any way, shape, or form is not controllable in any way other than it gathers information of what it might be sitting over, totally at whim to the jet stream winds and everything like that. How is that a useful tool, especially for a country that actually has satellites that can gain the exact same information? I, you know what I'm saying? I mean, was it low enough to? I mean, if it could gather other information because it was low enough, so what? I mean, they have access to all of our radio waves. They have access to all of the internet. They have access to all the cell phone information. I mean, it's not. It was it really just was it really a spy balloon, or was it just opportunistic for China to agree that it was, because now they gain more support from people who say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If both sides gain from China owning that balloon, because the U.S. wants support when they building up military against China, right? And a potential, you know, conflict there with Taiwan or whatever it happens to be, and the trade wars, et cetera. It behooves them for people to not like China. And China wants a sanctionless takeover of Taiwan. So if they can get people to think that the U.S. is the aggressor here and took down a balloon that for no particular reason and claimed that, yes, it was ours, they gain a little bit of political power as well. So I don't know what it was, man. It might have been yours, Andy. Are you missing a balloon, dude?
You know, I don't have any unmanned surveillance balloons missing.
Okay,
I'm good.
yours are all accounted for. Okay,
Mine are all accounted for. The
all
black
right.
guys in the suits don't need to come to my house.
Okay,
They don't
all
have.
your investors can rest easy that that wasn't one of yours. Okay,
That's right. That was not me. That was not me.
awesome.
But, you know, it makes me wonder, you know, with the China US tension, are US companies going to move things offshore elsewhere, Philippines, Indonesia, whatever, which then, of course, affects port volumes and lanes and everything else. So it just makes me wonder.
Yeah, I no, it absolutely does. I think it's not the cause. It's just another. It's like all the things that got advanced during the pandemic, right? The pandemic didn't cause most of the changes, but it certainly accelerated and threw dry powder on it, right? For a lot of the accelerations, and I think this is just another step in that direction. It's just another thing that could possibly put more pressure and more tensions and cause things to change. It's just reading the other day, Kyocera, right? All right, Kyocera, huge chip manufacturer, huge manufacturer in China. They're splitting. They're leaving. They're leaving China. It's a Chinese company. And they're leaving.
Not a good sign.
Yeah, no, it's not a good sign, because what they're saying is doing business internationally out of China is not a good business proposition anymore because of the tensions in the United States, and because starting with the zero COVID, you know, policy, right? Tolerance thing, the aggression with Taiwan, and really Putin screwed that up for them, right? Made that more of a negative thing than it needed to be for China, right? Their friend didn't do him any favors there. And now the increasing tensions with the United States, that just came out the other day. So yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. Trade lanes are surely going to be affected by this. Whether the change of the dynamics is you know, accelerated or magnified by volume. One of the two. It's gonna, or both.
Right.
Absolutely agree. Yeah.
And when I think about the companies, you know, I was lucky enough, Michael, I set up facilities overseas for other companies. And when I think about moving a manufacturing facility and a warehouse and the staff, I think money and resources, like tons of that is going out the door.
Yeah.
Right.
And mistakes. In a previous life, I moved a 65,000 square foot container freight station in Hialeah, Florida, which was severely undersized. In fact, the warehouse, by the end of the day, after all the drop offs, it was an LCL, so we were stuffing less than container load containers. The entire parking lot was just filled with freight, right? And so we moved it into a 500,000 square foot facility, and we did it. We shut down on a Friday and reopened in the new facility on Monday. It was like 600 truckloads to move everything over.
Wow.
And we got it done, but it was, dude, seriously, it was a month later and we were still finding like containers with freight in it. And the strange thing is you take a person and put them in the exact same job in a new office and suddenly they forget half of their responsibilities. I don't know how that is, but it's just a human nature.
Man, one of the projects I did over in Singapore, this company was growing so fast, they just kept putting facilities out and so forth. There was a pallet with 3 airway bills on it. It had been flown from America to Singapore, from Singapore back to America and back to Singapore again. Nice. I looked at that pallet and I said, how much did that cost for those shipments? It was air freight, right?
Did anybody clear it through customs? Because that's even worse.
Oh, I just
multiply that by 10x if somebody cleared it through customs and then shipped it back out.
Oh man, they were growing by like 25x, a year, and just throw it over there. Just go open a building. Let's just do it, right? And good grief. But it was fun. On the subject again of the China thing. So at a news conference, Brigadier General Patrick S. Ryder, the Pentagon spokesman, said that over the past several years, Chinese balloons have been spotted operating over Latin America, South America, Southeast Asia, East Asia, and Europe. And he said, this is what we assess as part of a larger Chinese surveillance balloon program. That's a mouthful.
Wow. Okay. Well, what are they gaining? I always assumed, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody can correct me, but doesn't China have satellites?
They do. Yeah. The only thing I could wonder about is it data collection, right? But again, all the equipment is Chinese. So I think they've pretty well proven they've got back doors into our data.
Yeah. I mean, it shocks me that they would be using them or need them or what they would be useful for. And maybe should be really, really concerning because we can't figure, because nothing obvious comes to mind. Maybe that should make it even more sinister. Dude, I don't know. Why would it be that? I don't get it. One of the things said, well, the balloon can be stationary longer than a geosynchronized satellite. I don't think so. Pretty sure that's not true.
Right. Exactly. They can already zoom into your house and know how many people are inside and whatever else. I don't know either. And you don't know what to believe either, because there's been so many things that have been disproven over the years. I don't know what to believe, honestly.
I don't know either. I mean, maybe they are launching them, but where are they launching them from so that they only go? Dude, I don't know what they're doing. I haven't the slightest idea. If they're looking for military buildup or movement and stuff like that, they already know where all our nuke bases are. They know where all our bases are. The United States doesn't build enough. And they certainly would be able to tell if we were building a new base or doing anything like that from a satellite that passes by every 5 minutes and snaps snapshots the whole way across the sky. I mean, you've seen a nice starlit sky from a place with no light, pollution, right? You can see the satellites go by. You can watch them.
Yes.
And it doesn't take but 10 minutes for one to go by.
Right.
And then 10 minutes later it goes by again. You can't get a whole lot done in 10 minutes. Right. So I don't know. I'm confused by the whole thing. I think it's, in my opinion, my BS sensors say it's BS from both sides. And both sides are trying to play it up to get geopolitical clout from both sides. That's
right.
My opinion. It's really, I don't think it's anything that I'm certainly not going to worry about it, because what the hell am I going to do? I got to worry about Andy Hedrick floating balloons over here spying on me while I'm out there
Right.
sunbathing naked and stuff like that. I got to worry about that. So
That's right. That's much more worrisome.
and probably will affect our supply chains more, to tell you the truth.
It might have an effect on bathing suit manufacturers or something. Who knows?
Who knows? It's a possibility.
Well,
Where are you sitting at right now? You got weather balloons flying around you over there or what?
I have not seen one yet. I'm in Oklahoma City. I have not
Okay.
seen one yet. And you're in Freight Alley, right?
I am in Chattanooga, my friend. Yes,
Yep.
I am.
Yep.
I'm from
Any
Cleveland,
balloons?
Ohio, but
Have
here I am.
you looked out? Is there any balloons going on around you?
I haven't seen any today. I haven't seen
Yep.
it today. I can assure you, if a balloon goes by that has any way can imply that it's Chinese, somebody in my neighborhood is going to shoot it down. I mean, I am in Middle Valley. I'm in Middle Valley, Hickson, Tennessee, my friend. You're not flying a balloon without somebody pulling out a rifle and shooting it down. That's not happening.
That's right. That's right. Get your long range rifle out and it is over.
Absolutely. It's going down.
We might have to have a follow-up episode on this once more things come to light, whatever they decide to tell us anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, yeah, I guess that's going to do it for the show today. Not that we solved anything, but I think that it could have some effects in the years ahead. We'll see how it goes. But thanks for coming on, Michael.
Oh man, thanks for having me. And I agree. It's an interesting topic, but you're right. It will. The tensions are not a good thing for supply chains in all seriousness. No. It's just not.
Nope, it is not. Well, more to come later on this subject. So that'll do it for our show today. Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. We will see you again soon. Take care.
Right on. Peace and love.
Peace and love.